Hey everyone, I don't know if anybody can hear me, anybody's out there. Um, has some free time to do maybe an hour or less or more, who knows, but has some time to actually work on the layout here. And basically, we're going to be adding some more nails to the ties here on these curves to get these curves nice and flush and ready to go. Um, so far, they've been doing really, really well, but there we go. But they need some extra work. So anybody here, this is Joe with you, Touch the Brush Model Weathering, and we have a train going around the loop right now, and then we'll get on with just really basically just a hangout. We'll talk about what I'm doing with the layout, my process on, and my thoughts on the scenery work. Anybody has any questions for me in regards to weathering or scenery work, let me know. And yeah, we'll have a good time here for at least an hour. And actually, I have to shut a train off right now. I have a little piece of track here that needs to be lowered. The rails. Oh, well, maybe just a screw would need to be done. That'll be cool. All right, we're gonna move this over. There's a little bit down here. Oops, stay. There we go. It is a beautiful sunny day here in the Ozarks. Got the day off from work. I'm not on call on the railroad, so I might as well work on the model. Hanging time with the family. Family's doing their thing right now, so I'm gonna do my thing. And what this little thing right here, I think I got it for $10 on eBay. It's a little screw. I used to have a electronic one, but it broke. It just finally went on me. The holder stripped, but this may need a little muscle power, but it works fairly well to get into the ties that you want to be nailed down. And I got a few spots here where the rail is slightly higher than the other. This track that I've had it for probably 5-6 years. It's been reused at least 3 times over. So probably not the best of track, but it's very expensive to buy new ones, and I have tons of it, so I might as well use it. There we go. And it takes a couple of minutes just to make that hole there. And all I'm doing right now is just add a couple of holes, and then we're gonna look into the scenery work. I got a whole snow scene that I'm working on right now. Hey, that looks like it may do it. A little hammer here. And those nails. Now, this whole section where we're in here is going to be a city scene. So what the track is, it's going to be underneath a what do you call it? A kind of underneath the city, so kind of like in a trench, but I can see through it, and I may do archways, so it'll be like archways going that way. I'm not sure yet. I'm in the process of thinking and planning it out, but I really think it'd be really, really cool to do something like that. And I could do half buildings, tall buildings. It's just a backdrop. That's all it's going to be. I'm most likely going to light it up with some battery LEDs, because we need sun here in this room, or does it get too dark? And since I have a few windows left here, that would be a great time to actually put in a backdrop here to where I could be put up and taken down when I want the sun to shine. But obviously doing videos will work really well. So it looks like, let's see what the train does now. So these locomotives are the ones I'm working on for a client of mine. These are operator series scale trains, C&W-9s. They need some more parts added to them. I have them ordered. Some of the weathering's done on a couple of them. Some of them really need more weathering, and it's definitely an adventure working with those little tiny detail kits from Scale Trains. They don't come with instructions, so you really have to know what you're doing. And actually, what really helped me is actually working on the railroad. I run SC70 Aces. That's my job. I'm a conductor, but I'm in the cab all the time. I'm working with them. So I get to see all the detailed parts on them and see what they need, what they don't need as the locomotive goes. I mean, I work on the Arkansas Missouri Railroad, and we have grain trains that come from the BNSF. So I've been in the cab of -9s, ES44s, SC70 Aces. So I'm getting really familiar with what the parts look like now, even without looking at a picture. So it actually really helps working on a railroad. Sorry, I'm holding a phone right now, but we're gonna bring the train through here to see what the track looks like. I need something to prop up my phone. I can't wait for my computer to start working again, and it'll be great to finally get the computer working again, so that way I can continue making more videos for you guys. What the heck did I do here? Okay, it's exit, escape. There we go. So far, I can run. You see me here. I can run about 25, 30 car trains on this layout. So, and this outside loop is just a simple loop. Oh, that's much better. Well, I made a hole. It looks like that rail may have to be followed down just a bit. So I may do that later. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. But a lot of these cars, they need metal wheels. They need metal trucks. Metal couplers. A lot obviously need to be weathered. But I had this train run last night about 30 times. This is about 35 times, including today, around this loop, and no derailments. So I am very pleased with that. And this is just a single loop. There's no switching or anything like that. The bottom layout is the switching layout. And eventually I'll do a live operations on that layout once I get all of the wiring completed. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop over to my scenery section here that I'm working on. And it's just the backdrops of the snow scene. And so let's do that now. Ooh. Hopefully my cord can reach all the way. Yeah, I can. Great. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that. If I'm out to rotate or not. But see, all of this has got to be done. This will be filled with some more carved rock and plaster rock. It's all going to be with trees, dead trees and stuff like that, because it's going to be a snow scene. So we don't want live trees. Not all of them live. Some pine. I'll have some pine here for sure. Definitely some pine. Let's see if I can prop this phone up better. I don't know if that's not going to work. Well, if anybody has any questions, let me know. I know it's Sunday, folks have stuff. Oop, I had to reconnect. That was weird. That didn't happen before. Alright, let's try this. I really can't wait to get my computer working. Well, that's not going to work either. Let's see here. I think I'm blocking. Yes, I apologize for that. I know going live is like it's one of the toughest things to do. And once I have more stuff to put on the layout, I can have more exciting videos as far as the live is concerned. Actually, I figured it out. Here we go. This will work. Yeah. I think this will work a lot better. So I'm just going to be here. If anybody has any questions, let me know. We're going to be doing some scenery work here, and the whole goal is to get this whole section not carved, but at least ready for carving and having some plaster rocks ready to go. Okay. So I'm making a step up here. It's going to be slope along here, where the trees are going to go upward, and they're going to reach along here. And back over here, this backdrop here, there'll be rocks casted along the backdrop here. Over here, some more carved rocks. So it's going to look really nice. I really can't wait to start the scenery work on here, as far as the actual plaster rocks. And I never done a winter scene before, never. So this is the first for me. So this is actually a little tedious, but it'll be exciting at the same time. So we got here is a bunch of foam that we need to glue and get prepared. So what we'll do is see how they'll lock up in here with this foam that's already pre-made. I used this one on a NMRA clinic, and what we'll do is, oh, that's already glued. Cool. Okay, so everything else has to be glued still. All right. So here's some advice. This wood glue here, washable school glue, pretty good. It works well for scenery work. This whole thing was $6 with free shipping on Amazon Prime. So if you're looking for something really, really cheap, Amazon Basics washable school glue works really well. And this lasted me about 3 years so far. So I got a lot more to go. And I use gulps of it when I'm putting foam down. So, and all you need is spread this out. Okay. This will be down here. Now, when you're working with foam, I know it's a little hard to see. I wish I was able to. Let's try that. If I can somehow angle this to where everybody can see, it'll be better. I haven't done a live video in so long. I know these always hit and miss with folks coming in and out, but that's all it is. It's just folks coming in and out, hanging out. I'm here. They want to hang out, great. If not, and they're on their own. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna screw in that little piece. If I could find my screw gun, I just had it. It's somewhere. I literally just had it. Screw that in. That's why it's all connected to the wood. Eventually there'll be a fascia. There we go here. Woo! There we go. painting down it. Oh, that'll work. It just went right through the foam. Not. Of course, I picked up a broken screw. Where is the? Here it is. What we'll do is, there we go. Now that's solid. So working with foam, it's very easy, very forgiving. You're constantly carving, and you get, always use as much as you can. Don't throw out any scraps if possible. I throw out some stuff that I know I'm not going to use, and I know I'm going to be buying more, so I'm like, I could get away with it. Okay, so I think, no, that's not it. This is it first. Okay, we got that. No. Oops. Ow, that hurt. There we go. Okay, so while that's down there, we're going to be, I got a big old screw here, and we're going to just screw this bad boy through. That way it holds everything in place. There we go. This is not coming off anytime soon that I know of. Oop. There we go. So, next step, just constantly layering it. Maybe a little too much glue, but that's okay. We'll grab some on. There we go. So we'll take that piece there. Cut that off. And some excess on here will be used there. Ha! That works. Do that. Now, do that there. And constantly build it, So, if anybody has any questions, this is the time to ask. Anything, railroad related, model railroading related. Anything you really want. No profanity, anything like that, of course. Just gonna have a good old time here. When I mean live layup build, this is a live layup build. Sweet. Now, my good old thing of weights. That works. And I do have a bunch of others that are up here. Okay. Now we got to build up this one in the back. And you can see how easy this is. It is so simple. And you don't have to have perfect amount of. Don't forget, you're going to be carving this stuff out. I'm going to be carving it, so just break pieces off. Woo. We'll spread that bad boy out. piece here. My arm's full of glue. Wonderful. Cut that piece a little bit more. And I do have my knife here. Okay. And back. Again, that's gonna be perfect, guys. Nothing has to be completely flat. This is just to fill in what we can. Break this in half. Oops. And that. And this stuff's gonna be sloped, so why use a bunch of it if you don't need to use a bunch of it as far as foam? Again, it's gonna be all illusion once you have all your scenery on there. You won't even know it's foam based. That's how I did my O scale layout way back in the Nashville days. Same technique. Worked out really, really well. Okay, we gotta do one more layer, and that's pretty much ready to go. There we go. Now we add more here. Can't do that. And so what will happen is this will all be sloped and carved out, and it'll look nice. All the trees. It's really just a slope for all the trees to be on. You're really not going to see a lot of it, a lot of this detail. It's just going to be filled with trees. Find something a little heavier than that. There we go. These are solid. So that's that. Now, since we did that, we're going to go over here now. So I need to move my camera around. Now we're gonna move this over slightly here. Um, so we can find a space. No, it's been slightly crazy. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna find something to prop you up. So just to fill in, this is just a video to hang out while I work on some scenery work, get started on the scenery for the layout, and this is going to be a good time. Hey, how you doing, Sparky? Hope everything's good with you, brother. What we're doing today is a live layout build, basically just hanging out, talking railroading and all that. I'm not on call today. I don't have to run my EMDs down down to Fort Smith, so I have the day off, and so I'm going to be working on the layout for a bit. And I'm already starting on what do you call it? Some of the layout work. Yeah, this whole section right here is not going to get done, so I'm not going to vacuum right away. But yeah, this whole section does need to get vacuumed. That is for sure, Sparky, for sure. And so what we're going to do is here. What's going to be over here? We're going to give a little bit of lay of the land. So starting out with the foam, we're going from New York State, Popolopan Creek, into a snow scene, which is some rock cuts, dead trees, and all that. So I'm going to work on the background here, as you can see, and then over here, where that piece of wood is, but right there is going to be a overpass that goes there across the tracks, so it goes to the next scene. What we're doing is just building another piece of foam that's not going to be glued down just yet, because I still got some work to do in this area, including vacuuming. Definitely vacuuming. But yeah, so we'll be working on that. I love working with foam. It can get a little pricey, but if you know how to work with it, you know how to carve, or you just work with the foam, it is a very good material. It's very good material to work with, and I enjoy it. Over the course of the past 5 years, I enjoyed working with foam more than anything else. I do like the cardboard strips and all that, but that's a lot of work, and so I much rather do this way, to where I have a template to work off of, and after a template you have just stacked foam. That way you can carve the rocks out, or if you want to use plastic cloth over the foam, you can. I've done that in the past, so it's a good solid foundation to work off of when you're doing scenery work. As far as the rocks, if it's the rocks you're talking about, Sparky, only up to this scene here, but the layout does go around. And actually, let me move this stuff over here. I was running a train around. I do have I do have a layout a train that goes around. This is a 8 by 8 foot layout, pretty much 8 by 8 around the wall. Pretty impressed with my track work. I think I ran this train about 40 times around the past 2 days, no derailments, so I'm doing something right. And I'm horrible at track work. That's something I'm definitely working on to improve upon, as well as wiring. But I'm actually happy that I don't have any derailments. And I'll probably say that something will happen, but so far we've been doing well over here. All right, so we're gonna get started on this little section here. It's gonna be a good piece. Let's see here. All right, now I get my knife. what do I need to finish? This will work. Oh, sweet. Ooh. Oh yeah, man. Govia, your layout's really, really awesome. I featured you on my Instagram page. I think last month or the month beforehand. Really, really super impressed with your work that you've done. And Sparky, your layout's really coming along really, really nicely. And yeah, you can. That's what I love about working with foam. I mean, I do have a. I don't even know what happened to it. Oh, let's see here. I'll go over here down to the other layout. Yeah, two layouts. Here's the switching layout. But like we're talking about with carving, eventually I'm going to get more realistic trees. This is what I had left, so it's just something for now. But yeah, I love carving foam. So we got this piece here. And I think I'll use it as a base, and I might, since it's going to be sloping, I may actually do cardboard strips and all that. I don't know yet. Now it got me thinking. So what we'll do is, I'll glue this, hold this piece here for now. Eventually be overpass right over here, like I've been saying. They've been overpass, so let's see if I have double stacks and stuff. This may not be high enough, I don't know, but basically like that, going across, block both scenes. This is going to be the snow scene, and I have some of these dried up from bushes, which I will create trees for the foreground. They're dead trees, basically. And then it'll be really good, nice for this scene here. But yeah, so there's one section right there. Move that out of the way. Then over here is going to be Popalopan Creek trestle, even though on the CSX line it's single main line, and making double main line for 2 loops. And wow, I'm sorry, that was way off. So where the train's going over, the backdrop will be all fall, leaves, mountainous in the back. The river, obviously, well, the creek bed will be right here. And then over there where the camera is, a little further back, will be the tunnel, out of the Fort Montgomery tunnel. So the train would come out of the tunnel there. And over here would be Bear Mountain Bridge, the pillar for Bear Mountain Bridge. So it will kind of be a view blocker for the next scene, which will be a snow scene. This layout is anything prototypical. It's just to run the trains, have some nice scenery, and just use different techniques for videos and just for my own enjoyment, of course. Thank you. Right here, I was like, well, the track sort of curves naturally. It works. 6-axle runs well. My stacked cars run well. Great. So right over here will be State Line Tunnel on the CSX, but the Conrail Boston main line. And where the switch goes here for the inner loop will be a spur into the city scene. And then, is this zoomed in all the way? Okay, there we go. Never mind. This whole thing would be a city scene down here. So double main lines. This would be under basically a trench, and we'll have city backdrops above the tracks, lit up, probably battery LEDs, something like that. Something I could take down when I want some nice sun coming in. We want to do videos and running the layout. I'll have the backdrops in place. And then the foreground here, where this track is going to be here, this will be a street running section. So I'll have buildings and behind and in the foreground of that track. It's just maybe park a train, or to have a nice scene of maybe two trains going underneath the trains and a local going through the streets. It's kind of like city edge layout. That's where I got the idea from. And each corner will be a compressed city backdrop on each side of the window, each side of the corners rather. And then over here, just more scenery work, nothing really crazy. And then over here where the station is, that will be a well, not the Cologne, like Hudson, New York, old New York Central Station. That's just up there to show there'll be stations seen there. I do love my passenger trains. I want to collect passenger trains, and so it'll be nice to have a station scene. And when you're walking into the layout room, well, the studio room rather, and if I go through here, it's really, really difficult to do this. All you're going to see is this section right here. That's all you're going to see is all this. There'll be backdrops blocking everything. So when you first walk in the room, all that would be blocked off, except for the one scene where the trains come around the curve, and you walk up and you can see the train coming out of the snow scene and onto the little section here where the Hudson, New York. Ooh. The track is Atlas Code 83. The outside loop is. The inner loop is going to be Code 100. I have a lot of Code 100 left over, so I'm going to use it up. So yeah, it's definitely work in progress. So I am going to be doing a. Once I get more time to do more of these live videos, I'll be a lot better at videography. Holding the camera, I'm still getting used to this. I think there's a way to switch it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, much better. You know, Sparky, I thought about making Horseshoe Curve right over here, and where the rock cut is in the back, that is, what do you call it? That will be, yeah, it is close to the edge. I had to redo the track, but I'm going to have a piece of, I'm going to have fascia that's going to go slightly above, so hopefully we'll do really well. I don't have little kids here. I don't have any big dogs and stuff like that, so it should be okay. Anyway, back here, I thought about doing Horseshoe Curve. To be honest with you, there's enough room. I would have had two more tracks or one more track just be stub ends to recreate Horseshoe Curve, and technically it's enough space to create just the curve with the park. But I really like I wanted to start with the Four Seasons, and thought about it. I was like, let me go with this double track, more scenery work I can do otherwise. So yeah, that'll work that way here. So like on the bottom here, if I shut these lights off, I added more lights, better lighting on the bottom here. And are they on? Oh, they're not on. Excuse me. I'm like, why does it look so dark? There we go. Alright, so I have all the lights off now in the studio room, except for this one. These are the headlights, highlights. I forgot the name of them. But Steve Brown from It's My Railroad, he's the one that used them. I saw his video. I was like, I'll give them a try. And they work really well. They are really, really bright. I need to add one more strip going across because it's pretty dark over here. And this layout is the Bill Community Branch layout. This is a switching layout. I am a railroader full time. I'm a freight conductor. So any time off I have, it's with the family, and if the family wants to do their thing, like my wife right now, she's doing her thing, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go live, do my thing. But yeah, you can see here, here's the old vest. This is a pure switching layout. And the layout, I like switching, I like doing operations. I wanted something that was point to point, that's like a diorama based, so I can work on my I can show you videos on railroad operations, show you old switch lists that I use for the railroad, or make up one that's very similar to the one I use. I don't want to use the one that I particularly use for the layout. And that's going to be basically just doing a lot more switching videos and operations. Yeah, Sparky, I am doing some more weathering. I work nights, so my days are shot. But when I used to work the day shift, I worked what do you call it, all the way to midnight sometimes. So either way, I'm super busy with the railroad. Good thing is I'm home every night. I work on a class 3. So, but as far as weathering concerned, I'll get an itch every so often, when I'm not exhausted, and go, hey, I'm going to work on weathering. And the cool part with working on a railroad, I get to see a lot of different kind of weathering, and I can't take pictures, but I try to remember what I saw, and I go, oh, well, this needs weathering, or that's what that color looks like, or so stuff like that really helps with my weathering skills, and I can't wait to add some more details and weathering. I just joined JC's Rip Tracks Down and Dirty Weathering, and there's the Rock Island car that I'm going to be weathering up for the competition and with the contest, so I'm really, really super stoked for that. I was showing before these, I have these 3 motors here, operated series by Scale Trains, add all the detail parts, almost all of them are pretty much completed. I got some grab irons to finish on all 3 of them, but other than that, some weathering, they're pretty much done. So yeah, I weathered that NS car recently, that box car. Oh, I don't know what else I finished. That's pretty much it. I'm working on streaking and just different kind of techniques on this car right here. Obviously, it looked too nice, but just a little bit at a time. Getting really stoked for the contest, so that will be fun. I'm trying to think of what else I have here that really needs to be completed. Mostly, Lordy, this thing's a mess. That's what happens when you use it. It just becomes a mess. And every time I'm in here, I just want to clean, because I hate a filthy workstation. It's like when you're cooking, you have dirty dishes everywhere. You just can't do it. I need stuff to be clean. I got that. What do you call it? There's the V&O car. The other side isn't done yet, so I got to finish that one. That will be fun. Hey, Dan Small Railroading. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you coming on in. Yeah, subscribe. I don't get much time off anymore, and my computer's been down, and something's wrong with the keyboard, and so I have like 4 videos that I'm delayed on, like 4 weeks worth of videos that I basically need to edit. I have a couple of weathering videos, and so I've just been using the phone just to really just get in touch with everybody. It's been such a long time. I do work on a full-time railroad. I work on a railroad full-time. I'm a freight conductor, so I'm very busy, and I work nighttime. I run the overnight train down to Fort Smith from Springdale in Arkansas, so that has me very, very busy. So I appreciate if you subscribe. I appreciate it, man. That's really cool stuff. You have a great channel. I think I'm subscribed to you. If not, I'm definitely going to after I finish this video. But so the video that I've been working on, that I've been trying to share with you, is this building here, and that's an old model power kit that I have for like 10-15 years, and so I weathered it up, added some detail a little bit, and added the dirt road that goes across the tracks here. So I did some scenery work. I got so much to do. I mean, in this little spot, I could think of a billion things that need to be done with this scene right here. So, but that's just in time. This layout needs more wiring. Some of the sidings haven't been wired yet. Some more track work. And then, what do you call it? It's just a lot more work to do. All right, Sparky, take care, buddy. Have fun running your trains, man. So yeah, just a little work here and there that need to be done on the layout. And like I said, I'm a railroader full time, and so the cool part is I used to run the Springdale Local, so I learned a lot about yarding trains, building up a train, switching cars in the industries, and now I run mainline freights. So but I still work the rail yard when I need to work the rail yard. So doing that has helped me understand operations more, and so I'll be doing a lot more operations and operating videos to show you guys how the real railroad operates. And my railroad, I work for the Arkansas and Missouri Railroad, and so we do a lot of switching, more than a lot of Class 1s do. We're just very, very, very busy railroad, and we're the only ones that connect Monette, Missouri down to Fort Smith and Van Buren. We interchange with railroads, BNSF, Union Pacific, and Kansas City Southern. So we're very busy. This has taught me a lot. I'm going to make up a switch list, something similar to what I use on my job for this layout. And this is the Stubman point-to-point build community branch switching layout. And so we have the branch line that's right here in the foreground. Scrap, or we got scrap loads sitting over there. This will be a little place for scrap to be hauled by freight, by rail rather. Back there is a Safeway produce facility. Needs a new rooftop. That's an old roof that I found just to cover the top. And then over here will be a little grain silo. It'll be processed, it will be dumped out, and then filled into trucks to be taken wherever it needs to be taken to. One spot, and it holds one full for spotting and one empty. And then in the foreground here, I could probably put 1 or 2 more cars. When I run our mills, they have a cable that pulls the cars through. So, like for instance, we have George's Feed Mill in Springdale, and it holds one spot for a car, but I could hold about 12 cars on the track. And so what they do is they have a cable that hooks up to the cars, and they put once they pull the car on spot, they dump the car and move it down. And so here will be something very similar. I don't have a goat, although a goat will be cool. Tyson's Feed Mill uses a goat. But I think I like the idea of not having a goat. Maybe eventually I'll get a goat for added operations. Back there in the corner will be a 10-car transload. It reminds me of the Tyson Oil transload that we have on the railroad. It'll be fueled, emptied out by truck, and trucks will take it wherever it needs to be. Then we have the runaround track here, and back there, the branch line in the middle. And so we'll go around this way here. And in the front where the Rock Island car is, my wife calls it the boneyard because stuff is all over the place. But that's going to be a transload track, and 2 locomotives will be stored on there for the switching. Back there is another warehouse. It's called Ralph's, I think it's called American Appliance or Ralph's Appliance warehouse, something like that. It basically builds appliances, and going in there will be box cars and coil steel cars. And the finished products will go by rail the materials go in by rail, come out by rail, and so they're built here in this factory that'll be back there, and it will take up the whole space. And so somehow I gotta paint that bracket so that way I can blend it in. And yeah, it's just a lot more work that needs to be done here, but that's where that section is going to be. Everything's DCC and CE cab control, both layouts. For anybody popping in here, and I'll have a layout above. That's just running trains. This is full operations right here. So that's this layout, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, when I was just playing with the cars, like a lot of this is not wired up yet, so I've been pushing cars around, and so it took me about an hour, 2 hours to switch about a few industries on this layout. So that's a good sign I'm doing something right. I've calculated if you pull a car out, if you pull a car out spot one, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes in real life. So I figure like 5 minutes. So if you're doing all the industries here, realistically, it could take a couple of hours. Easy. So anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out here. Dan, I'm going to subscribe to you if I'm not with you at the moment. And take care, everybody. I'm at about the hour mark here. So you guys take care. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.